Hi, welcome to the Shadow Alchemist Tarot. I am Raina McKenzie. I am an intuitive tarot reader and oracle. I'm also a predictive astrologer. So I am here today. Welcome if this is your first time here, to talk about the new moon in Cancer that's coming up on July 5th, 2024. This new moon is a pretty powerhouse new moon. I've kind of been meditating on this energy of this new moon for a couple days. And I went over the astrology today, and I'm going to really briefly get into the astrology just to kind of let you know and give you kind of an idea of the energy that we are currently working in. So first of all, I'll go over some themes with you, and some aspects on what we are looking at, coming up this coming Friday. So, Cancer new moon. This is a new moon of the feminine deep dive. Yes, we all have masculine and feminine energies that, balance between us. And this is all about really getting to the roots of our inner divine feminine nature. Um, we are in Cancer. That is the zodiac sign of the fourth house. That is home. That is motherhood. Um, it is also ruled by the moon. So that's our intuition. That's how we flow with life. So it's very fitting that this moon and this energy is so in the feminine right now. So working with this energy, right? This is all about how do we nourish our inner feminine, right? How do we give ourselves nourishment? How are you nourishing your divine feminine, so that you can open up and receive the abundance of the intentions and the manifestations that you are putting into motion during this new moon? Um, so a good thing, like a good question to like really feel into and ask yourself is like, what makes you feel full inside, right? Like what makes you full of like joy and warmth and happiness? And how can you give yourself more soul food, um, more feminine, like spiritual essence? Like how can you incorporate that into a more of like a methodical routine, because this moon is really about balance. So, as we balance the inner masculine and the inner feminine, um, we have to look at how we are guiding our actions and how we are calculating our direction towards our true north, our north star. It's like that destiny dragon line, right? So like what lights you up inside when you wake up in the morning, or every day, it's like what sparks your soul, right? What makes you excited? That's how you know like you're going towards your true north, is when you feel sparked with inspiration, and you're living authentic and true. So this is about flowing with the currents, right? Not against, but just kind of like flowing with life, and not against the uncomfortability that is a lot of times associated with change. Um, there's a lot of transformation going on right now with the feminine, and a lot of things coming to light. Just based on the astrology, it's kind of hard to ignore. Um, So you have to ask yourself, like, what is keeping you out of alignment, right? Like, where can you add more flow and less less action, right? More intuition, less following a dictated plan. and find some balance between those two things. This is all about getting deep into like your sacred soul, your sacred truth, right? Your heart's desire, your true authenticity. We're coming into a time where, as we do a deep dive into our feminine, we have to come to terms with, radical acceptance of truth, radical acceptance of who we are, what we want, what our purpose is in this life. And this is what this new moon is, where this is putting us. With the full moon that we just had 2 weeks ago in Capricorn on summer solstice, that really illuminated the issues of how we can sometimes neglect our feminine side because we live in a world of toxic masculinity, right? We're living in a world where we are, put on this level of expectations. We're put into these roles of what feminine and masculine is, but in reality, feminine and masculine energy is just that. It's energy. It's genderless. So we all have that feminine and masculine energies intertwined within us. So radical acceptance of what makes you unique. How do you express your unique expression, your unique creativity into the world? How are you following your bliss? How are you receiving information around the shadow side of the feminine? The shadow side of the feminine is loud, and this new moon is going to be aspecting Lilith, which I will get into here in a couple of minutes. But, embracing that dark side of the feminine. Okay, so yeah, liberation, right? How can you liberate your inner feminine so that you are full and free and living authentic to your soul? This is all about finding your inner alignment, and identifying like what you can do to tweak your direction. How can you make little like course corrections? Right now is the time to do that since we're between these two Capricorn full moons. This is about moving with the moon, the tides of the moon is what came through earlier. Like, how can we just flow with the tide of the moon while staying the course, while, you know, staying the course, following our path, and still being directors of our own life path. So this is also about, coming into alignment with direction. It's about being able to receive and give very equally. This is about nourishing the body as our divine temple, right? And asking ourselves if our words and our thoughts are in alignment with our actions. And if not, what do we need to do to make that happen? Because this is a dance of harmony. This is like harmonious union and blissful, unbothered confidence, right? And you use your masculine, you use your feminine, and you use these two things to alchemize confidence. You alchemize grace. You alchemize love, like sacred soul love. So that way you can create an environment where you have the mind, the wisdom of the feminine, right? In combination with that body, right? The body is the temple. This is like sacred sexual life force energy. This is like sacral chakra work and spirit. So being connected to the moon, being connected to Mother Earth, right? This is about finding how we can use our Venus and our Mars and put them together in a harmonious dance, to push forward that soul serving alignment that we all strive for. So, those are some themes. So, July 2nd, we have Mercury enter Leo. So Mercury, the sign of communication, messenger of the gods, entered fiery Leo on June 2nd. We also had Neptune go retrograde on July 2nd. And then, so yeah, with Neptune retro in Pisces, Mercury entering Leo, this is bringing to light our inner, like, intuitive emotions. It's bringing, you know, it's bringing shadow sides up around how we communicate with ourselves and with others in terms of creativity, sexual expression, um, using maybe like our sexuality as a creative drive, right? Getting into the roots of our sexual fantasies, right? Neptune is all about fantasy and illusion. So, you know, don't be afraid to be bold during this time and really get into, you know, what really fires up the sacral chakra, what fires you up and makes you feel alive. So this is also about bucking and rejecting our attitudes, thoughts, and feelings. This is intuition versus logic. And how can we balance the intuition and the logic and unionize that to create this feminine life force energy where we are living our most true self? You know, with Mercury moving into Leo, it's like Mercury's like throwing air into the fire of our soul, right? He's going to all the planets and aspect, throwing fire on this, and the moon is bringing up some emotional wounding around the fourth house, around home, around motherhood, around, you know, how we as women identify with our mothers, even, is coming up. Um, this is, you know, bringing up some emotional wounding around our beliefs, you know, traditional beliefs that, you know, might be holding us back, limited thought patterns, limited, like, traditional ancestral lines of, you know, the idea of what femininity is. All of that is coming online. And with Leo in the house, the fifth house, you know, that's definitely bringing to light, like, how can we use our sexual expression? You know, this is about like finding balance between like control and power, and some things coming to surface that are extremely uncomfortable, specifically revolving around like conflicts. But on July 3rd, we have the moon conjuncting Gemini, Jupiter. So, moon conjunct Jupiter and Gemini. This is a chance to resolve these conflicts within ourselves. Like, thoughts are coming up, emotions are coming up, and this opportunity to heal and resolve these emotional conflicts that we've been struggling with for a long time is going to allow us to open up, right? Open up is your feminine, you're opening up your heart chakra to receive abundance. So, whatever we're manifesting on this new moon, we have to be able to open up to receive. If we're not open to receive, then how does what we are manifesting? How does that come to light? So it's time to address the traditional norms and ideas. You know, we have to give ourselves like a level of tough love here, but with empathy and compassion. And we have to learn to grow and transform these outdated beliefs around the truths that we have been avoiding for a long time. The signs, the zodiac signs that are really going to be feeling this energy the most and the loudest is going to be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then Pisces and Cancer. Um, Hang on one second. My music just stopped. I was like, that's so weird. It's like I'm talking about how are we out like transforming these outdated beliefs and my music just stopped up. Okay. Weird. All right. So yeah. Okay. Where was I? All right. Belief systems. How are we going to shatter the limiting beliefs that's like holding us back, tied to these like, roles that we're not really feeling aligned with? So let's talk about the fifth house, right? Fifth house, Leo. Okay. So Leo and the fifth house is all about pleasure and sex. It's all about relationships, creativity, romance, parenthood, relationships with our parents, relationships with our children, reproduction, conception, birth, right? Um, Artistic expression, and how we look at risk, chance, like taking a chance, taking a risk. Um, that could potentially cause separation if that's in alignment with our true authenticity in our hearts. So, this is where I want to talk about Lilith. So, Lilith is going to be at 0 degrees Libra, while Pluto is at 0 degrees Aquarius. Pluto is all about death, rebirth, right? And Lilith and Pluto are trining. Lilith in Libra, Pluto Aquarius, and then we have Uranus in this trine in Taurus. So we have two air, we have Earth, and then it's also opposite Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So what does this mean? This means sudden insights around our personal boundaries and how it's making you need to ask yourself like how can you approach your inner relationship with yourself in new ways, both spiritually and creatively. So Lilith is coming in this really hard, and she is seeking to liberate you from the bondage of your feminine shadow. She is forcing you to get into the feminine shadow. And this has been so loud. Like I had this crazy conversation, ironically, with my mother today. All about probably gonna kill me for talking about this, but I don't care. All about sexual wounding and how her generation looks at sex very differently than how my generation looks at sex, and how a lot how she was raised was that as a woman she is here to please a man, which is very traditional, and it's like that's not what sex is supposed to be, right? Sex is about pleasure. Sex is give and take, again, balance, masculine feminine union. um so yeah, those topics are coming up. And that is ancestral. That is a long, long, like witch wound line, that is coming online to be healed, to be broken. So that way we can shatter those upper limits and get to who we are at our heart's core. The moon is also going to be squaring up with Saturn. Saturn, Father Karma, Father Time, Mr. Miyagi, the god of learning lessons, right? And he is bringing to our conscious awareness unresolved emotional patterns that are tied to past relationships. How are we emotionally dependent? How family ties feel binding or imprisoning. How are we suppressing our emotional selves? What or how are we blocking our own creativity? Um, this is a good time to engage with your children. Yeah. And explore how ideas around sexual expression are progressing, and just feel into new perspectives for yourself. See how that makes you feel. If it makes you uncomfortable, lean into that and ask yourself why and where that comes from. Um, Self compassion brings healing, right? So, as we're going into the feminine shadow, we have to go into it with a level of self compassion to heal and free ourselves from these past restrictions. So, a good thing to feel into, like if you journal, right? Get a journal and ask yourself this question: what steps can you take today, right now? What steps can you take to dissolve your own bondage? What steps today can you take to dissolve your own bondage? This is a good time to slow down and reflect before the next Capricorn full moon, where we can really release what is being healed during this new moon. So, another question to ask yourself is, what would your life look like if you allowed yourself to move beyond self imposed limits and embraced your truth, embraced your soul desire, followed your inner bliss to the heights of your potential? What would life look like for you? If money was no object, what would your life look like? Yep. That's the questions that we are sitting on during this new moon. Okay, so this is a time to really restructure our boundaries. It's a time to be curious. It is a time to, again, radical truth, radical acceptance of self, and being completely free of judgment from that. This is bringing lessons pointing you towards your like soul self mastery, right? Your spiritual purpose, like following that true north, that destiny line, that dragon line, right? North node, your inner soul compass, and looking at the foundation that you're on now and identifying any cracks in that foundation. If there's cracks in that foundation, how did they get there? And what can you do to repair them? Are they repairable? And if not, are we willing to leave the old behind and lay a completely new foundation? So another goddess that is in the mix is Juno, which is the wife of Jupiter, right? Juno rules marriages and partnerships, long-term committed relationships, and Saturn in retrograde is opposite Juno. So long-term relationships around commitment phobia. Do you have commitment phobia? And if you do, why? Um, this is asking you to explore spiritual unions, not only with others, but with yourself. Juno married Jupiter, rules marriage. This is abundant love. and it's happening on Friday, which is Freya Day, and Freya is here, right? Freya is bringing the healing. And at the end of all of this was Saturn and Neptune are both in Pisces. They're both retrograde. So anything Neptune touches, it dissolves. So this is the dissolution, the dissolving of current ego structures around marriage, around relationships, and around spiritual truth. How we are, in alignment with our spiritual self. So as we're going from the 4th into the 5th, that's the last bit. We have, okay, so the moon enters Cancer on July 4th, and it's going to be trining, well, in a sextile, right? Positive aspect with Mars in Taurus, and then Saturn in retrograde in Pisces, aspecting Lilith. So this is about going to war for soul truth. This is like feminine, wild woman, unleashed, like letting your inner goddess, your wants, freedom, liberation, sexual expression, sacred sexuality, like letting your freak flag fly. Like she's wanting to be set free, like with no apologies, like no fucks giving, like set her free. You might feel rage come up. Let out rage around toxic masculinity and embrace divine feminine wisdom. Pallas Athena, god of war, wisdom, rage meets Lilith, liberation of truth. Wow. Wow. So that's some archetypal energies to look into during this full moon. The day, like right after Friday, so going into Saturday, we have the moon is going to be conjunct Venus, trining Neptune, and sextile Uranus. So this is beauty and love, sexual wisdom, so again, sexual liberation, spontaneous healing. It's going to be squaring Chiron, which is actually a good thing because when we feel something that's like uncomfortable, right? A square is a very like challenging aspect. So where we find our challenges and our uncomfortability, that's where we lean into. That's where we find our deepest healing. And it's the healing of the feminine wounds tied to home, mother, sex, and creativity, and soul expression. Wow. Wow. So that was a little bit longer than I expected, but I think you're getting the drift, right? So I did pull some oracle cards just to get ready for this reading, and Freya is in every single freaking one of these. So these are ruin cards, and we have 3 signals: the dove. Birds are the messengers of the gods. So keep that in mind. Maybe look for synchronicities around birds. If birds are visiting you, look into that. We have 1, the self. This is freedom, freedom of self. And how are we keeping ourselves in constraint? Ironically, if you look at this, it looks like an egg, right? And Freya rules fertility. Her insect is ironically the spider, and we have a spider web and an egg. And then we also have partnership. So divine union and partnership. So, all of these are definitely in the energy of this moon. And these are all things that we are going to be feeling into. So this is the energy that I'm going to pull on for this reading today. This reading is going to be a collective reading. I'm going to pull some oracle cards just to get us started, and then I'll get into the tarot and go from there. Just remember, not all of this message may be for you. So just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And if it doesn't resonate, then chuck it in the fucking bucket and come back to it maybe at a later date. Maybe later on it will resonate. So let's get to it. What am I feeling? Kind of feel I want to get into the shadow aspect because, like, man, this deck is calling me. So look, yeah, grief. Maybe some of you are grieving right now. All right, so warning, grief. Maybe you're going to have to grieve some aspect of your old self. Who knows? All right. What is the shadow aspects that we're looking at for the new moon? What can we feel into and get the healing? What we need to look at? This is for the shadow side of this new moon. Mystery. This is number 3. Ironically, we have 3 here signals, right? 3. Mystery. Kraken. Unleash the Kraken, right? Liberation. Unleash the Kraken for liberate for female, feminine liberation. Ooh, injustice, Medusa. I love it. And that is 43, which numerology reduces to 7. We got a 7 here too. So we have 3377. I love Medusa's story. Injustice. And we have Saturn in the mix, man. That's like karmic injustices, right? Well, the wheel of justice is turning, so it's time to get ourselves in alignment so we're not like reaping what we sow later on. But I love the story of Medusa because, she's looked at as like, this evil woman that turns like men to stone. Well, yeah, she does, but do you really know why? It's because she has gone through life feeling so misunderstood. And because of that wounding that she has around being misunderstood, it has that wound of being misunderstood has turned to rage. So not being able to alchemize that, maybe that's something you can feel into. How are you misunderstood in your life? Right. So I want to look at what do we need more of? It's like this is Lilith and this is Freya. It's like, what do we need more of? What do we need to heal maybe? Vulnerability. Vulnerability is truth. That's another 3. So we have 333 here. Open your heart and allow yourself to be tender. That's about right. Opening up to receive, opening up to trust. That is what that card is about. You can see like she's completely open and reliant, like knowing that he's like taking her to the surface to breathe new air. And Atlantis, this is rapid development, excellence, and success, which is amazing. This new moon that's happening Friday, July 5th is a Kazemi new moon. And it's happening at 6:57 p.m. So when we have a Kazemi new moon, we have 30-minute window before and after, and that is like the magic hour of manifestation. It is a really good prime opportunity time, like opportunity point to launch a new creative endeavor. So if you have something that you're wanting to launch, a new business, a new creative outlet, a new relationship, um, that would be the time to do that, because whatever you launch during that hour is likely going to be very, very successful, um, and develop pretty rapidly as well. So feel into that. Atlantis, the city of Atlantis, right? The underwater city of Atlantis. Atlantis was very, I'm getting Aquarian age here. Atlantis was very like advanced for the time. And with us moving into the Aquarian age, AA, um, it's, we're looking at rapid development in terms of technology. Maybe you want to like, I'm getting like starting, if you've been wanting to start a practice around clairvoyance or mediumship, now's the time to do that. You've been waiting a little bit too long, Spirit saying, and now's the time to like get on it. Get on it. All right, so where am I gonna go? Go this one. Four of Staffs. That is the card of marriage, celebration, rites of passage. All right, so the way that I pull cards, the bottom of the deck lets me know what's going on in like the unseen. So I'm going to do that, and then I will pull the current energy, what you don't see coming, challenge, opportunity, and advice from spirit. Oh, that would have been crazy town. Weird. All right. Well, let's try this again. Look at that. Oh, Nine of Staffs, leaving and not looking back, and then marriage. Some of you want to feel a little constricted in a marriage that is no longer serving for you, for your partner, for your kids, for anybody. It's a message for somebody. Maybe you've been in separation for a while and you need to like tie up those loose ends, make it official. And justice, right? Karmic justice. Now's the time to do it. All right, where are we going here? We have the Page of Cups, Six of Swords, Ten of Swords, Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups. Okay. So we have a lot of confusion, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of fear about ending a relationship, ending a marriage, a long-term relationship. The Page of Cups, I feel like is like a new energy. Or maybe like you have lost like your inner spark, your inner child, like energy and where you're at right now. Because with the Ace of Cups here, that's like a new relationship trying to come in. This could be a new relationship with your children. It could be a new relationship with a lover, new relationship with yourself. But there is the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords. That's like I said, leaving an old life behind, never looking back, finally like putting an end to something that's no longer serving. And you've been confused about this for a long time. The Six of Swords is about moving from like conflict, right? The Five of Swords is a very like backstabbing, um, you know, conflicting energy. So the Six of Swords is about moving from choppy waters into calmer waters. So this, yeah, we're definitely leaving something behind here. All right. So what is the current energy for the collective? Current energy for the collective. All right. Page of Swords. Two of Swords. Seven of Staffs. Okay, what do we not see coming for the collective? We not see coming for the collective. Nine of Staffs. Knight of Staffs. Seven of Swords. All right. And what is the advice for the collective? Actually, no, I want to know challenge first. What's the challenge and opportunity here? Challenge, the Fool, opportunity, the Moon. All right. And spirit advice. Three of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. And the High Priestess. Oh, I just like got chills. I'm not even kidding. I just got chills. Whew. Okay. King of Wands, Judgment. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I'm glad I did that. All right. So, wow. So over here, what we don't see is like emotional hell, basically, right? The Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords, what's keeping you up at night, putting an end, moving from stormy waters into the calmer seas, and putting an end to confusion. With the current energy, the Page of Swords is a very charismatic energy. It's very carefree. A very like symbolic of like the charismatic nature of Gemini. And we have the Fool here, which is also Gemini. We have the Two of Swords, which is about, and the Seven of Staffs. So it's like, how are we? Okay, so this is about ignoring boundaries. This is about having problems putting boundaries into place. And then what we don't see coming is we have the Knight of Wands. This is anger. This is action. Anger, rage, action. And we have the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords. This is about deception, lies. It's literally, the Seven of Swords is literally like stealing the swords from the base camp in the middle of the night and just like dipping off and leaving. And the Nine of Staffs is about getting the F out of there with some bumps and some bruises and never looking back. So some of you are literally fleeing an old life and moving into the Three of Pentacles. This is about co-creation, co-collaboration, collaborating with you, another person with spirit, mind, body, spirit. The Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is the card of self-confidence. And then the High Priestess is the card of intuition. This is like the maiden, the maiden energy of the High Priestess. It's like all of, I keep getting Persephone, right? And Freya, her holiday is Beltane, that's May Day. And then Persephone is the fall equinox, which, yeah, so this constraint card, I feel like some of you are going to be getting out around the fall equinox and going towards like a new path, right? The challenge is the Fool. This is about taking a risk. This is about taking a risk on a new direction in life. And I'm hearing like 3, 2, 1, jump. Like, don't be afraid to take a leap of faith here. You're actually being challenged to do so. And the moon as your opportunity, we just had the full moon in Capricorn. That's really like lighting up this, like, it's illuminating all of this unseen issues, all of this turmoil and chaos. Just like there's no happiness here until we move beyond what is not seen. And you're going to be moving on with a King of Staffs. It's like you're going from like the Page of Cups, which could be your current partner, like emotionally immature. The King of Staffs, that's like Mars, Aries energy. It could be Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Very fiery energy. I keep hearing Firehawk. I don't know. Firehawk. I just keep hearing that. You could be making a choice about leaving around Lionsgate. And then we have the Judgment card, which is literally Spirit telling you, like, you're at a crossroads here. And Judgment Day is here. It's time to make a choice. Um, the High Priest with Persephone. Persephone and Hecate are very closely related too. Um, so this is about, yeah, journey into the shadows, right? Persephone, she goes into the underworld where she is in union with Hades, Pluto. And then, and that happens around the fall equinox, goes into the dark as the days get shorter. And then coming out of it on the spring equinox of Astara, which is connected to the egg and fertility, breathing new life, new birth. If you look at this too, you see the star in this card. The star is representative of healing, emotional healing. You see the dolphin. So there's a lot of emotional healing that's allowing you to move forward with this new person that's trying to come in. All right, so let's get some clarifiers for this. Let's get out this stack. Hermit, that's Virgo energy. Wisdom, you have the wisdom around lovers. Lovers and wisdom. Gemini, Virgo. All right, first of all, I want to clarify This Two of Swords and the Seven of Staffs, like, what are you blinding, like, yourself? This is about, like boundaries, not seeing. All right, the current energy of the Two of Swords, please. Page of Cups again. To the Ten of Pentacles. To the Five of Pentacles. To the Six of Cups. All right, so with the Page of Cups over here and what is not seen, and then coming back out over here around the Two of Swords, I definitely feel that you're like there's a current relationship, a current partner that is very symbolic of the Page of Cups. So very emotionally immature. And when you went into this relationship, you thought it was going to be abundant. Like you thought it was going to bring into life like everything that you could have imagined. But in reality, it hasn't. And that's what's keeping you. There's like no boundaries, no emotional boundaries, no emotional respect. Like, I feel like communication's really, really hard to have with this person. So you're making a choice to leave it all behind and walk towards the Ace of Cups, which is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a past life relationship. It could be a twin flame, but definitely a soulmate. And I'm thinking it's the King of Wands is what you're moving towards. All right, let's get the Seven of Staffs, please. Clarify Seven of Staffs. Yep. Eight of Cups, walking away. Page of Wands, seeing things from a very new perspective. This is like new sexual creative energy, new passion. Yep. Four of Cups. And this has been on offer for a minute. You might be having an emotional affair with somebody already. You might have dated this person in the past. You might not even know them yet, but you will because that's what's coming in for you. All right, let me clarify and what we don't see coming, the Nine of Staffs. What are we leaving behind and not looking back from? Judgment again. We're at a crossroads, stuck in limbo, not making a choice to go towards sacred union. Sacred union. Oh, I just got chills. Sacred union, Two of Cups, Six of Cups. Yeah. This is a spiritual relationship that you are moving towards. Nine of Cups, Knight in shining armor. This person is on their way. He's holding out the cup. Like, universe is like, here you go. It's coming right for you. The Knight of Staffs, please. What are we so angry about? Lack of communication. With a Gemini. Two of Swords again. Yep. Yeah, so there's a lot of anger here because you thought that this relationship was the resources was there, but they haven't been alchemized correctly. There was never any kind of like clear path. It's like just playing games. It's like, you know, this magician is trickster energy. I feel like this person tricked you into being in relationship with them. Seven of Swords, please. Three of Cups, the Moon. Okay, so is this person having an affair? Or have you been having an affair? Because the Seven of Swords is all about like betrayal, deceit, lies, and the Three of Cups is very like third party energy. The Moon is illuminating and shining light on what's not being seen. This is what's not going, what hasn't come out yet. So either is this you, or is this magician? Who's having this? Okay, who is this? Justice. Six of Swords again. Nine of Wands again. Wow. Are you a Libra? If not, you're making the choice now to get an attorney and end this relationship. I feel like somebody's gonna get there's a divorce happening. And it's not gonna be an easy divorce at all. Because this person comes from affluence. They come from money. But like I think that's what they used to trick you with. So the Fool being in your challenge, why is the Fool in your challenge? Wheel of Fortune, Two of Wands, King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay. So I feel like you have your shit together. I feel like you are very grounded and very in control of your emotions right now. The Wheel of Fortune is all about a destined, fated event. It is also the like karmic wheel has turned because you have made the decision already to go a different way, to make a different choice. You want to see the world from a new, fresh perspective. Um, but I feel like this legal battle, like the actual doing of filing the papers, I feel like that's the thing that's like keeping you from taking the fuck off. Why is the Moon in your opportunity? Ace of Swords. Truth, temperance, Archangel Michael, protection, discernment, truth again. Ace of Cups. What? King of Wands. Shut the front door. Are you seeing this right now? And spirit advice, you have the High Priestess to the King of Wands, right? The Moon is your opportunity. The Moon is illuminating this for you. This person, you could be a Cancer too. Capricorn, Leo, Cancer. But the truth of the matter is, the light has been shown on the King of Staffs. And you are being called. You being like literally, there is a literal like pull, a calling to go towards this new relationship. Wow. Oh, I just got chills. Yeah, you and this person have a mission and a purpose. You're supposed to co create something together. What is the Three of Pentacles about and advice? Nine of Swords, again. Two of Pentacles, Page of Swords again, and the Eight of Pentacles. So you've been going back and forth, back and forth. And your fear and your anxiety of how this is playing out, it's like you've kept your head down working on this relationship for so long that it's just like you've had it. And now it's time to take aggressive action, swift, aggressive action, so that you can co-create, collaborate on this new path that is being brought to you by spirit. All right. So what Nine of Pentacles, High Priestess. All right. So what does the High Priestess want to tell you? The Empress. You are the Empress. And the King of Wands twice. That's like basically the Emperor. Star card. Healing. You could be an Aquarius. This person could be an Aquarius. You've been carrying this burden way too long. Ten of Wands. Have strength, my love. Have strength and have courage to remove what you've been carrying. The weight of the world is about to be lifted off your shoulders. Chariot, yes. Okay, moving. There is forward movement. Have the strength and the courage to make the move and to heal and to release the burden off of your shoulders. So that way you can step in to your divine self. The Nine of Pentacles, the Empress, that's ultimate self-confidence and feminine flow. Wow. All right. I just want to get a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more about this King of Wands character. Seven of Pentacles. The Fool. He's leaving something behind too. He's giving up on something too. You both are getting, yeah, look at that. You both are leaving third party relationships and you're turning from the three cups that are spilled over and you're going to turn to the Two of Cups, which is the divine union. You both are going through the same thing. That's how you relate so closely with one another. I'm feeling like you met online and you've been talking about this for a long time. And through your shared experiences, like you have found this just amazing connection that you never even thought was possible. This is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. You are healing something and you should be proud. You should be proud. Um, what does spirit want to say? Oh no, I want to know. Yes, I want these. All right. These are twin flame. You activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. You helped me heal in ways no one else could. Thank you for finding me again this time around. The twin flame journey is not an easy one. It's not an easy one. But I feel like it's going to be a lot better, a lot more fulfilling than what you're in now. And same for this other person. What does this other person want you to know right now? You're so special. You're truly divine. I've never felt energy like yours before, and I can't get enough. Missing you. I miss you, and I wish things were different. Spoiling you. I want to give you the good life. I want to spoil you with gifts and trips, everything you could ever want or need, or deserve. You deserve nothing less. This person worships. I have like for real goosebumps. Like this person worships the ground that you walk on. I think you both feel that way about each other. I left when I saw you with someone. You don't know how hard it was to let you go? Is this like an ex? Have you already had a relationship with this person? I want to be more than friends. You know this person. I lost myself for a little while, and I wish I could take back my words. I wonder if you were happy without me. Nope. You came closer to any than anyone. It's time for me to heal. I know I messed everything up. My life isn't as together as it seems. I know I was a distraction from your pain. I want you. Just being near you is intoxicating. Wow. Well, this is amazing. If this is your message, you have a really, really big love coming in. Um, if this message resonated with you, make sure to leave me a comment and let me know. I would love to hear your personal story. Give this video a like. You can find me at thesacredtarot.com. I am open for personal readings. And please subscribe to the channel so that way, anytime I drop a video, you will get a notification. Um, thank you so much for tuning in, and good luck on this new journey. I'm so happy for you.